everywhere. Isn't that fun?
Ta-da.
This is getting easier all the time.
Good.
Okay, it's almost easy enough that I can't screw it up. Almost, almost, not quite,
Almost.
almost. Okay,
It's my mic.
how are you today? No, you're fine. You sound excellent to me.
Okay, good.
And
Um,
I'm going to have to go over here and look on this and see
I
if
do
it's
need
coming through.
I do
Three,
need
two,
to
one,
sign on
and it's
YouTube.
that's working. So good. See, everything's working. I didn't even have to break a sweat. Okay.
That's always good. That's always good.
So how are you today? I hope you had a
I'm
nice
good.
day today. Did you have
Well,
a
the
dry
weather
day today? Did you have a dry day today?
today,
It rained like
today,
hell here.
last night, I got a really creepy video I need to send you later. Um,
Uh oh.
my big gray cat that likes to be
Okay.
center of attention
Ah,
and
yes.
gets up on the table.
Yes,
So
I recognize it anywhere.
yeah, we were sitting here, and it was this. There was a thunderstorm that come through, and of course there was some lightning and thunder. And I was looking at the radar, and then I happened to look over at him, and I could see that his eyes were glowing red because of the phone light.
Yes.
So I turned the video on and flipped it around, and was videoing us. And you talk about creepy. I mean, red eyes, and it was black everywhere, and all you could see was red eyes. Then the lightning flashed, and you could see
Oh
it was
my.
him, and it went back. It it was pretty entertaining. I can entertain myself pretty well
That's hey,
sometimes.
that the things we do with technology, you know?
But yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
thought that was pretty
sure
wild.
I'm sure that's what Alexander Graham Bell had in mind when he invented the telephone.
Well, and the
That
funny part,
someday people are going to take pictures of cats with this.
that's right. The funny part is that usually whenever you
Mhm.
film one, their eyes are
Mhm.
yellow, like,
Yes.
but his were red for some reason. So I was like, yeah, I'm
Mm.
not gonna. It was pretty cool. So anyway, so
Oh,
your day was wet and rainy,
it
and
was raining and just not. I mean, I had moments in the middle of the morning that were halfway decent weather, but well, I've been lazy all weekend, so I did laundry.
ooh,
I was feeling I was remembering the old days, listening to someone's conversation earlier of hanging
mhm.
clothes outside. Oh my god, isn't it? Hey, work did the job. I can't believe that people people generally can't imagine that now. I don't think
I had a
the
clothesline up
the
until I
the
moved.
hours, but I mean the hours involved. To
Hmm.
doing it the old way,
Hmm.
all the way the old way. The amount of
Grandma,
hours that it takes to do all that stuff. I I'd be running around. Oh, this shirt isn't that bad.
yeah, ooh, 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 ooh. Ron
Okay.
says there's no audio for him, and
Ron
everybody
has
else
no audio.
has
Everybody else hear us?
everybody else
Ron
can hear
is
us
Ron
because
is Ron is the perennial audio problem.
Ufi
We're
can hear us, but she's not on our
creepy,
YouTube.
creepy. Okay.
And there's your,
Uh,
and then whoever's on Facebook, hello. Give us, you have to give
Hearing on
StreamYard
YouTube.
permission
Yes.
for us to see who you are. Ron's always complaining about something, and Ufi can hear
Andy says
us, and
Andy says there's sound.
there's sound.
There's sound. Okay, so let's. Andy is also on YouTube. Come
Yeah,
on,
but
guys. Wait a minute. Do I have?
Andy's on Ert
Oh
YouTube.
yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know where Ufi is because I can't see her on Ert.
Okay.
Oops.
I'm going to assume that it's Ron. It's Ron. Everybody. 2 out of the 4 are running, so I am going to assume that it's Ron's problem.
Okay.
So
So
anyway,
I just got a
where were we?
notification on my phone that said the National Weather Service has issued a flood warning for Bowling Green.
Oh
It will
my.
be in effect from June 7th at 6:47.
Okay.
Oh, apparently we're going to get a whole bunch of rain
Some
because I
more
was like,
rain. Okay.
well, because I had just looked at the radar and there's
Has this been
nothing around this.
like a stalled system that just keeps
It
sweeping
is.
from you up to me and around and around and around?
Yep.
You know, it sure seems like it. I haven't watched a continuous radar for the last couple.
God, I hope not, Ron.
I kind of like the old maps where they showed a big L in the middle of a, it was crude, but it carried a lot more. I don't know. It gave you a different look at the information.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just throw up a radar image, and everybody's supposed to understand what that means.
Well, if you
when did they stop showing fronts?
The Weather
They had
Channel will still show them, but now in the national, oh gosh, if you go online to the NOAA, the government, they'll show you all of that stuff. They show you everything that you want to see.
Since I just ran off and went talking about the weather, I did see something that I found fascinating, and I looked for it and I couldn't find it again. It was a YouTube video. I remember it being like 7 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And what it was a frame, like a frame a day from 19 of satellite pictures of the United States from like 1967 up to that current date.
Oh, wow.
It was fascinating. I mean, it really was. And I see, oh, that's how that works. Mm-hmm. Oh, because if you watched it, I mean, with some understanding of what you were looking at, by looking at it over that long a period of time, it starts to make a certain amount of sense. There's a repeated pattern that your mind picks out. And you say, oh, okay. But I've looked for it and looked for it and looked for it and never could find it again. And the audio is weak in Mixler. But I can't. Didn't you know? Yeah. Flip over to YouTube and YouTube is. I don't know why Mixler does that, and I don't have anything that.
Well, and then the funny thing with YouTube, when I'm over here on StreamYard, both of our pictures are just as clear as they can be, and you get over there on YouTube, and of course I'm running on Wi-Fi.
See, I told you.
I just don't have a cord.
But anyway,
Oops.
Well, I talked to
some
Ron
days
this
it's
morning.
Good, and some days it's not.
I talked to Ron this morning. He's well on his way. He's just this side of Toledo. He's gonna settle down early tonight. So that's a good
Ron,
thing.
Esther is on Facebook. And apparently I'm putting Vaseline on the lens.
I thought you had one of those filters going. Oh gosh.
Nope.
No filters. Okay. I got to try those. Do they have a hair filter? I want one.
Those are just called wigs, darling.
Oh, well, that's too much trouble.
Yeah. Charles' image on YT is high res, but Maria's pixelated. We chalk it up to the bourbon. It's a good idea. Cherry flavored Vaseline
Okay,
or
maybe
cherry
it's
flavored
because
bourbon? What are you talking
maybe
about?
it's because I'm the originator that I get better stream. I don't know. I'm gonna
I'm on
chalk it
Wi-Fi.
up. I'm gonna chalk it up to Wi-Fi.
I'm
Yeah.
on Wi-Fi, and sorry, I can't.
Yes, but
Sometimes it's good,
Andy,
and sometimes it's not.
I know that. I
Got no
know
hair.
that. But I want a piece of software that makes you look long flowing hair. You know,
See, and I can't
like the guys on those
can't
romance
lean
novels.
over and give him
Like the
any.
guys on those romance novels.
Yeah.
Bulging muscles and flowing hair. You know. Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Esther says it looks great there, so it's all that matters.
Okay. Anyway,
But yeah, Charles, if I could like do a comb over for you, I would lean over and do that for you. Not
that's much
working out real
appreciated.
well.
It would be much appreciated some days.
Oh
But
no, see, both of them are
most days
fine.
I don't care. Anyway,
I got a
uh,
booster. Keep driving, Ron. Quit
yeah,
looking at the video.
I thought you did. I thought you got a booster.
I do have a booster. He
Yeah,
wants me to get one for the porch. No,
a booster on a booster.
I guess. And I could buy, yes, I could get one, but
Well,
I think I have
you
one.
said you have one, so
I have to look
just
for it.
don't worry about it.
I'd have to put some effort into that.
It'll
But
turn up. I'm sure.
so I had to put mom on so you could hear her, so you'd know why I was
She
out.
sounds lovely. I knew it was her mom, you know, but okay. I knew I do sure. Hey,
Lovely.
she gets priority. She gets first dibs.
She'll be 91 next
I
month.
just have to take whatever few moments you have left.
Well, I told her, I was like, I've got a show to do, and she was like, oh, and I
It's
was
a
like, Mom,
Tuesday.
it's just a little show. It's nothing major. Of course, she doesn't understand all of that. So, but anyway,
Oh,
anyways,
gee.
yeah.
You know what?
I muted her before she started bitching too
I
much.
remember the old UHF shows back on TV, back
Mhm.
when they had rabbit ears. You know,
Oh yeah.
we're as good as a lot of those guys were.
This is true.
I'm telling
Well,
you, yeah, we're not professional by any means, but we're as good as those guys were.
honey, I watched a lot of wrestling.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Man, that was
No,
some great
that
Dusty
I
Rhodes.
swear to God, I swear. One of my earliest memories, because I know I wasn't in school yet, so I had to be 4 or 5 years old, was going to a wrestling match at the Armory. Okay, and who was there? Flying Billy Fox and Ace Freeman were there. So I mean, it was just, you know, the gymnastics where they jump off the ropes and spring off the ropes and fly through the air. And it was, look, yes, it was as fake then as it is now, or almost, or something. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that argument, but it seems like that old stuff had a certain style. I get, okay, the new stuff has style too, but it's not. I don't know. I almost, you know, if I've looked at pictures of that old stuff, it's far more choreographed. But I look at it like it was like choreographed, like a dance, you know, a play done. What would that be? Would that be an opera? A ballet? Okay, okay, it's redneck ballet, but a ballet. So I don't know. It's an interesting memory. I could never. You can't go back. You never go back. So
no, that you can't. We can't go back, and sometimes that's a good thing because I don't like my air conditioning, and I like
Yeah.
There's a lot of convenience that's going on now that didn't used to be that I really enjoy.
That's gracious.
Very much enjoy.
So
I'm getting
somehow
tickled. Ron's like
I get.
throwing stuff up in here about, and this is what cracks me up because Ron's over here, Andy's over there across the pond, and he's telling
Yes.
Ron
The best route.
directions.
Well, yeah. See? That's,
Oh,
yeah.
here we go. So if I leave at 6 a.m., I should be there by 6 or 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yes. That's yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just pull, just
Just
pull in
follow
behind, just pull in
Google
behind a
Maps.
truck driver. Pull in behind a
Oh, yeah.
truck driver and
Yes.
just settle into the draft. I wish, the thing about the self-driving cars now with the radar, it would be so relaxing just to lock onto somebody and set up about 4 car lengths back and punch follow and get
Yes.
40 miles and get 40 miles a gallon,
Hmm.
you know. But okay, one of these days. Except when the radar goes down and something screws up and you plow into the back of a semi at 70 miles
Oops.
an hour. That might be a problem, but hey, it doesn't happen that often.
No, it doesn't. But Oofy's like playing musical social media platforms. Um, there was somebody not too long ago that, and I think there was construction that was going on down in I-65 going towards Nashville. And people just don't pay attention, or you can't see. I mean, you can be behind a tractor trailer and you can't see what's in
Oh,
front of you. I get
absolutely,
that. But
absolutely.
she literally slammed into a stopped tractor trailer doing 70 miles an hour.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did he notice?
I don't know if he did or
Oh, I
not.
mean, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah. Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, oh, and here we go. The beginning of Gold Rush was not. Why are you talking about that? And then, of course,
Oh, by the way, the
there's Andy.
talking about uh,
Thanks for stopping by, Esther.
trucking accidents. The
Hmm.
only one. Okay, I rode for 3 years with my brother. We were mostly moving cabinets. But anyway, the we had one accident in it,
Hmm.
and there was a little car. I can't remember. I don't remember what it was if I even noticed, but it was a compact car.
Hmm.
Okay, that had tried to go was taking a trailer home. Okay, in the trailer was about I would estimate a ton and a half of gravel, pea gravel, and some corrugated lines and a bunch of other stuff. Like, and coming down a mountain, one of the longest, curviest descents I know in West Virginia, and there are some there, even on the expressways. He lost it, apparently. Okay. And it had jackknifed him into the median, and his trailer was ended up in the mid lane. And one of those things, we just came over just a little rise on the go down in the middle of the night, no lights. Yeah, or at this point he had no lights, and there was somebody pulled off the road over here on the right side. We took that we took that we emptied his trailer for him pretty quickly, and it was just one. I'm remembering now. The thing that scared the shit out of me was, and it was wet, and the thing that scared the shit out of me was, I know there are other trucks coming down this mountain behind me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With 40,000 pounds at the same speed I was going, and they're not going to be able to do a damn thing either. You know? And this is going to get serious, real fast. So, grabbed a flashlight, hopped out, and ran back up the hill to the other side of the rise, and was slowing people down. But that's the only. But in a situation like that, he should not have been on the road. Certainly not that road with that trailer. Should have. He didn't know. I'm just going to say he probably didn't know. I would assume he. Nobody's going to chance that by knowing what could exactly happen. Almost certainly going to happen when your trailer. When you're loading your trailer weighs more than your car, you're going to be in trouble. That's all there is to it, especially in a mountainous area. But yeah, you brought that one back. That was, yeah. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Just get the hell out of the way. You know. Oh gosh.
Yeah, get the hell out of the way. That kind of, yeah, that's kind of about what's going on. Just here, basically with our lives, just get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. I'm looking forward with some trepidation, I suppose, to the testimony that's going to blow the roof off the Capitol on Thursday. And you know what really
bullshit coming out?
Hey, somebody's story. You know, I can't believe, I honestly can't believe there are so many people that just say it just didn't happen. January 6th didn't happen. It was a fake. It was done by Antifa. It was
well, I've not heard that.
It was the FBI. The FBI caused it all.
There was a whole lot that happened that shouldn't have happened and shouldn't have been allowed to happen. So
yes, and I want answers to that shit.
Well, you're not going to get it.
But I want them.
Yeah, but you're not going to get it. You're going to get the bullshit that they're going to spew out to everybody. You know, all these insurgents or whatever the hell they're calling them. I mean,
revolutionaries,
come
reactionaries,
on.
whatever.
It was, you don't, okay. All right, number one, if you're expecting a big event, prepare for a big event.
Yes.
Don't put up these everybody.
Look, I was nervous for a month before.
Well, hell, I wasn't. I didn't give a shit.
Be here for the big event. No, I didn't know. I had no idea what to expect.
And the thing about it is if one thing's like an hour walk away, and then there's something else that's going on over here.
Yeah.
So whatever else was going on over here,
there's not necessarily a correlation. There's
no, I didn't say that.
It's not cause and effect correlation without. Okay.
I just said you've got two different things that are setting up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Granted, should it have happened in Texas? Sure. And in that way, there wouldn't have been any kind of whatever they're trying to say it is. But anyway, prepare for the worst. And apparently, we're real good at not doing that.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
But still, come on. They opened up doors. They let people through. They're on one side of the building. On the other side of the building, people were breaking glass, trying to get in, busting in doors. But while the other ones are like, oh, yeah, come on in, come on in. We've all seen video of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your own police there at the Capitol letting people in and then you've got on the other side, you've got people busting in glass and everything else to get in. There's a whole bunch of security shit that's missing, security footage that's missing that we're never going to see. But then you had assholes that would walk in and take over offices and prop their feet. Come on, people. I mean, this was just, I don't care who set it up, who did it, whatever. It was Nancy Pelosi, from what I understand, was supposed to be in charge of the security of the Capitol for this going on.
I'm sorry. I think she's far too clueless to actually take care of a security detail for anything.
I think she did it on purpose, Charles.
She couldn't do a security detail for a
sobriety walk.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean
she did this on purpose.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, she did it on purpose. She didn't do anything on purpose.
There are so many oddball things about that whole thing. Okay. There were 10,000, if I remember correctly, at least they claimed, National Guards in the Capitol, in D.C. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. What happened to them?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 100 and some Capitol Police officers at the Capitol building. That was it. That was all the ones that were involved. Okay. Where were they? Why were they? I know where they were. According to reports, they were moved to the outskirts of the city to take care of traffic without any of their equipment. Okay, in short sleeves, and I'm to do a traffic detail. That does not. I mean, who made that order? Who set up that plan? And these things, there should be a paper, electronic record of who did the orders. And why did they do the orders? Well, that's hopefully after Thursday we can still come back and we can all collectively ask these fucking questions, which are the questions that needed to be answered. Okay?
They're not going to. They've already had a hearing once. They've already done this once.
Have they?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You missed it. They've already done this once. That's why everybody.
Was that the insurrection trial?
I don't know what it was. They're all BS trials to me. Every one of them. Because that's all it is. And they've got people that they've had in solitary confinement since this happened. Are you kidding me? Just because they walked in? And some of these people, just because they walked in. They didn't do anything. They just walked in. So I'm tired of them. They spend enough of my damn money. This is something that they keep dragging out. And the reason they keep dragging it out is because they want to keep the Republican
Mhm.
Party, they want it gone. They don't want a Republican Party. They're going to, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard Republican Party being called white supremacist. They're just racist. They're, come on.
Not all of
And
them.
I've noticed this, not all of
Not
them,
all of them.
but I've noticed this. And I've even noticed this on a show that I've seen before. It's a gentleman that I know,
Hmm.
and he follows the left. I mean, like the beat of a drum. And I've noticed the personal attacks that'll come out when a discussion starts between
Okay.
this, that, or the other. Because you and I can go
Okay.
back and forth all day long.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that there's some personal attacks that come.
We are as far apart as the people that you are talking about, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we can talk.
Hey, I'm way the hell over on the left, and you're definitely a little right of center. But okay, the thing is, when we sit here like this, we're both asking for the same question. We both look at it enough, and we both have the same questions.
Yes.
Okay. And you're right. They're probably not going to give us those answers, because those answers, if we were given those answers, we would both say, well, fuck them. Okay?
You're exactly right.
And that is their greatest fear.
Exactly.
That we stop looking. We're not left against right, male against female. Oh my God, heavens forget, black against white, old against young. There are so many stirred up factions in this country right now.
And it's done on purpose.
It's intentional.
Yes.
It's to be obvious to anyone.
But not everybody sees that. And that's what blows my mind.
Not. Some people, once they're triggered, the blinders go on and they can only see their viewpoint. Okay. Exactly. And they're like a bull in a like a bull. Is all you can see is that red cape. Once they're triggered, that's all they do. They can't see. They don't see the rest of what's going on around them.
Right.
They can't put it in perspective.
My mind. I mean, I can see. Okay, so, and I've gotten a lot of comments towards me. It was like, and I think it's funny. What? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You saw something in chat.
No. I was turning my volume down just a little bit.
Oh, but I got, but it's like you conservatives or whatever. And I'm like, stop labeling me.
Yes.
It's like,
whatever the hell I am, I ain't one of those.
Well, it's like,
if I fit in any of their categories, I'd be one of them. And I can't be an
independent because those fuckers are crazy anyways.
Well,
because they don't go anywhere.
Used to be. Yes, they
don't go anywhere.
I'm trying to think. I'll have to go back to the mid 1960s,
Papa,
to the point where there was enough of a independent group, and not necessarily a group. Oh gosh, I forgot Ross Perot.
Oh,
I was going to go all the way back to the early mid 60s with Wallace, as he drew from both sides. Perot is the person who got Clinton elected.
Yes.
He dragged off almost a third of the vote. Okay. So apparently he took more from the Republicans than he did from the Democrats, but whatever, it didn't matter. So blame. If you got anything to say about Hillary, blame Ross Perot. It was his fault. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
but
real
but
quick,
but
I
if
kind of
we
got off
were all
our
looking
discussion
at
for just a
things,
second.
okay,
Real quick.
okay,
I got
okay.
a wonderful gift today and I have to share it to everybody.
Oh,
Papa Tom sent this for my little Charlotte, my little granddaughter. It is handmade and it's a baby raffle. Is that not the sweetest thing ever?
oh my God, that is
Is it not?
Tom. You're awesome.
He is awesome. Oh, I was so excited. I don't know if I'm going to give it to her or not. I think it's going to stay mine. Then that way I can just,
Yeah,
play my maraca. Give me another
Maria
one.
Rocas.
Exactly.
Maraca. Okay.
Anyway, thank you, Papa. That was so sweet. And I get to see her Saturday. I get to see her this Saturday. So she'll get this. And
That's
pretty
great.
soon she'll be strong enough to hold it. So I can't wait. No, Ron's teeth are not in it.
Ooh,
Andy's.
it's just, he put some secret leftover flying saucer nuts and bolts in there. That's what does it. Yeah, there's.
But anyways, so yeah, back to our government is so
The
it's
government
okay.
is our friend. They're here to help us.
I was paranoid. This is how bad off I am about government stuff. But I was on my way home and on my road.
Oh,
There were two sheriff's deputies sitting there with their blue lights on. And you know what happens, Marco. But they had their blue lights on, and I'm like, holy shit, do I need to stop? Do I keep going? Are they going to follow me? What's going on? I didn't do anything, I promise. I just run my mouth a lot. Sorry, I got tickled. It's popcorn.
It's popcorn. Okay.
So I need to tell them to make sure not to put it out where it's warm.
Well, I don't know. I'm far more paranoid from the police than I am at this point than anyone else, I guess. I don't know. That's bad. But it's true. It's true. I've had guns pulled on me 3 times by police, and I've never had anybody pull a gun on me other than that. So,
I've not.
I'm hardly look. I'm 5'7". I weigh 120 pounds. Oh, dude, you worried? You're 6 foot and 250. Yeah, 6'4" and 250. Dude, I promise I won't hurt you. I'll be nice.
Okay. So, and this is me because I've got military and law enforcement in my family and stuff like that. If I've might been pulled over 3 times since I've been driving.
Yeah.
But I keep my hands on the steering wheel. When I get pulled over, I put my window all the way down and then I put my hands on the steering wheel.
Yep.
And I don't move. And my son, and this was at a time, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, whenever there was a lot of shooting, police officers were being killed, shot at.
Yeah.
And my son was working for, he's an EMT working for a hospital ambulance service at the time. And he got pulled over and he was immediately going through the glove compartment and his console and stuff. And then he was looking in his rearview mirror and he saw the hand go on to the gun. And he was like,
holy
he stopped.
shit.
And he put his hands up on the dash. Now he's in uniform. He still has work uniform on, and he put his hands on the dash and he hollered out the window to him and he said, I am so sorry. I wasn't thinking how much stress you all have been under here lately. And so, and then it pisses me off, My kid never gets a damn ticket.
Well, hey, that's a professional privilege for EMT.
Oh
I had
man,
one
it
in the,
makes
I
me
had
so
one,
mad.
my, the EMT that I know really well, I'm not going to indicate who this person was or anything, but got pulled over for an expired tag
Mm-hmm.
like 4 times over a period of like a year and a half on the same tag. Okay,
Yeah.
I just forgot. Okay, see you at the next site. But then again, if this is the person who's coming to put a tourniquet on me and save my life, if the worst comes to worst, um, you're my friend. You can do any damn thing you want.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just,
Yeah.
and I know some of them have attitudes. I've met a few. I've known a few. I got a
Yeah.
few in my family. I get it. I get it. Um, but I don't know. I mean, there's it, and that's there's they pull you over for a reason, majority of the time.
Yes, sure.
Well, and a lot of it too. I mean, there's been some mistaken identity stuff I've seen happen. I mean,
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
bank's just been robbed. It's a red truck. You're driving a red truck that match exactly like it.
Hmm.
They're going to pull you over.
Yeah.
And people want to get pissy about that stuff and it just drives me insane. It's just like just fucking deal with it. Just
Yes.
stop. And
Yeah.
if they're arresting you, I'd be madder than hell, but it's if you didn't do anything, it's gonna get straightened out. You know what I mean? It's like,
Hmm.
I don't know, I don't get it. And everybody wants to fight and cuss and scream and kick. And it's just like, just chill. The more you chill,
Hmm.
the more likely this is all going to be settled right
Yes.
there within 30 minutes. And you're going to be on your way with a huge apology and a big thank you for
Uh,
working with me.
yeah,
Unless you're a
maybe.
guy. Yeah. If you're a
Okay,
guy, it ain't going to happen.
maybe. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. One of the times that this happened to me, it was at 11 o'clock. I was at a bar. There was it was a crowded bar. Okay, and I decided, man, I got to get out of here. Okay, it's just too much right now. Okay, so I lit, and it was cold. Okay, so I lit my cigarette at the door and went outside like this. Okay, shielding my cigarette, right? Then when or as I was lighting, whatever. I walked around the corner of the building because there was a wind. There was windy. Okay. Now I'm just going to stand out here and catch my breath and calm down, and everything's going to be fine. And like 5 minutes, 3 minutes later, I've got cops on me from three sides. Oh, we saw you walk out of there with that beer drink in your hand. What'd you do with it? Dude, I didn't have anything in my hands except the cigarette. And see, but that was back in a time when I was working with them. And I didn't know two of the guys, but one of the guys, I said, are you kidding me? Come on over here. We'll talk. And it's, oh, Charlie, how you doing, buddy? And it was fine. Okay. That was the difference between, but these guys now, the guys that are out patrolling my streets, looking after my safety, I don't recognize them. And you know what? I just saw this the other day and I said, that's okay. Another protective device. How come they can run 50% window shade on a cruiser and I can't drive with that in my car? But I can't watch, see who goes by and say, Oh, that's Jerry, or that's Bob, you know, because I can't see who's in that car. And that changes my perception of that. I can't look at that as a person, okay? Or that's the chief. I worked with him years ago. I knew who he is. I know him. He knows me. And now it's no longer a person driving down my street. It's a thing driving down my street. You know, and that's I just noticed that the other day, because up until a couple of years ago, they were the old cruisers and they just had standard window glass. Okay. These new ones are blacked out. And I understand what that is. That's somebody can't see them and come up and pop one. But I'm trying to balance what they're giving up to what they're gaining. Okay. They're gaining an advantage in a 1 in a million situation, and they're losing an advantage that they would have every day. Okay. From the people that respect them and would support them better. You know, I mean, I guess it's just something I noticed, and it's just one more little indicator that that's the way they want. That's the way somebody wants it. They want those guys out there in their uniforms, scared shitless. I've said this for 15 years. And, you know, it's just it's just one more brick in that wall that we were talking about building between them and us and them. It's an identity thing. And it's when you do something once, okay, you screwed up. When you do it twice, it means something. When you do it 15 times from different things, you say, hey, this is a plan. Apparently this is a plan, you know? And I'm trying to figure out who's running who's making the plan. And yes, I do paste my reference materials on this. I look into the reflection of my you know, it just bothers me. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it's just so damn obvious. It insults me, you know, and that's the thing, you know.
Michael says they have the tinting on their windows so they can take a nap and make you see. Jeez, man, I tell you what,
So
we need some autocorrect in this somewhere.
they can watch YouTube on their laptops in the cruiser on wireless
Yeah, exactly.
while they're running traffic. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care, you know.
I don't care what they're doing, you
Yeah.
know. And I've had my daughter-in-law tell me, she's like, you know, oh God, Marco, look at this tinting, not blacked out. That is racist. Okay.
I said 50% window tint. is that multiracial tinting?
So, but no, okay. So I learned a new term not long ago, and it was called murdered out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see many vehicles like that, but I'm kind of glad because I don't think they look very well. But murdered out is like if you've got a black vehicle, all of the emblems and stuff are either gone or they're black wheels, black. Everything
Is
on
that
that
a
is black.
term?
If
Is
it's
that the term?
red, I
Okay.
just kind of think that's ghetto, but that's just me because I'm a white chick over 50. Depends on what vehicle it is. If it's a total blacked out vehicle,
Hmm.
I love that. But if it's like red or green or yellow, no, I'm
No.
not
Okay.
for that. But anyway,
I,
I better watch my actions with my finger in my mouth because Andy's watching and Marco is too. So anyway,
frame that. Ah,
woo.
what the
Okay,
heck was it?
next.
Where are you gonna go from there?
Yeah, I don't know. But what I was
But
going to tell you, my
see,
daughter-in-law had made the comment that
uh-huh.
there's been times that she's in her patrol vehicle, she pull up
Hmm.
beside somebody and have them roll their window down and say,
Hmm.
would you please put your seatbelt on so I don't have to pull you over and I don't have to give you a ticket. Just please put it on.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, okay, and they put it on.
Uh-huh.
And that's the stuff a lot of our law
Sure.
enforcement do.
Hmm.
And I get it. Okay, so you remember the show Live PD that was on
Okay.
A&E Network?
Yeah.
Loved that show. I mean, that was wonderful.
Hmm.
And you
Okay.
see 'em pull a lot of people over
Yes.
for stuff like they had a tail light out or they didn't signal when they were
Hmm.
supposed to change lanes. And they went and you're like thinking, God, that's crazy.
Hmm.
But these are people that they knew that were selling drugs, selling guns, that had
Yeah.
criminal past.
If
If this is
they're
what's
working,
going
if
on, they're
they're if
gonna
they're
keep pulling
ordinary
them over.
police working a neighborhood or an
Hmm.
area, they know who the bad guys are. That's all there is to
Yes,
it. If you don't,
yes,
you're really, really dumb. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyways, yes.
I,
So
yeah.
I look, and this kind of goes back to what I was talking about when we were talking about. You and I can talk about whatever
Hmm.
because number one, we know it's all crap. We
Yeah.
all know that there's an agenda or something that's going on. Um,
Okay.
we just can't. People just don't. They're just doing what they're told. They're just whatever the media is telling them, whatever reaction that they're supposed to
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
is what they're supposed to have. And I saw Andy had made a comment something about you don't see anything about the Antifa and BLM. And when they
Yeah.
went
They just
through
disappeared. They're
and they
gone.
rioted those places and they destroyed those
Uh-huh.
businesses, and there were people that they drug out, shop owners that they
Hmm.
drug out that were protecting their businesses and beat them to death in the street. We heard nothing about that.
Hmm.
We heard nothing. And there were black police officers during that time, maybe off duty, that were beaten to death or shot, and we heard nothing on the news about it.
Hmm.
And it drives me crazy that you have these people that get triggered over the smallest little thing. So, this whole January 6th bullshit trial that they're having again.
It's just one more example of
Exactly.
the divisive.
And you're going to see the stupidest stuff. I saw something on Twitter the other day.
I try to stay off Twitter. I go to Twitter and it's like and I look up and it's 2 hours later. I'm saying, wow.
Got to get off of
Yes.
this.
Okay, so
Got to get off.
anyway, please. if you found a nugget of entertainment or wisdom there, we will take it gladly.
Something. We'll take something. We'll take anything. We'll take anything. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. I'm like you. We got to talking about this Friday night,
Yes, a little bit, but that was
waiting
more
for the
of the,
other shoe to drop.
yeah.
And this coming up's not going to cause the other shoe to drop. I did see something on Twitter about,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. It's going to be another, let's look over here. Let's let this circus go on over here and let's take them away from what's going on over there.
Okay.
That's all this is. Drives me insane.
What is I see there's so much going on that I can't decide which one they're trying to distract me from. You know.
Oh, here's a good one. Anyone making a book? A bet, I guess, when this show's going to get banned. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They'd have a hard time doing. Oh well,
We don't put hashtags on the show.
We don't do COVID or do COVID news either.
Anyway, I think we don't do hashtags, so they're not going to find us. They don't care. But I saw this one little snippet thing on Twitter, just this one little one, and it was talking about, and you might have seen a whole lot more of it somewhere else.
Okay.
Putin was talking about what he's going to do to the U.S. of A. with his long-range missiles. Did you catch that story?
Putin?
Putin.
I remember one of his generals about 2 weeks ago made some statements outside of. It sounded like he had a little bit of a bottle of vodka or something. I've heard belligerent drunks before, and that's what he sounded like. Okay.
Oh yeah. This was the news article. I didn't get to watch a video
about their new hypersonic missiles and all that good stuff.
Okay, Mark.
Nobody could stop.
Charles, do you want to tackle the
which that? What does a hashtag mean?
Mm-hmm.
A hashtag is a shortcut for a topic on Twitter.
It is the number symbol. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Oofy's wanting everybody to ban this show, and then she's like, just kidding. Marco, it's you put a hashtag in front of something, and on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and people can click on that, and it takes you to all of the
hyperlink.
topics.
Yeah, all the hype. Yes, it's like an open search for the same thing. Right. Gotcha.
So, and this is another Twitter thing that I have tried to follow.
Oh.
And I don't know if you've heard anything about this or not. And we might have talked about it. I don't know. Brittany Griner. She is a basketball player for the WBA.
Okay.
And
not my bailiwick. I don't.
Okay.
Anyway. Well,
what's happened with her is that so women's basketball does not make as much money as men's.
Oh heck no.
So if they play
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I wonder. It's not because they're female, it's because nobody's watching it.
They wear shoes and they have this work in the same arenas, except when you go to one of those games, you can walk in and watch for $5 because there's nobody there.
Right.
People come in there. People come in there to get out of the cold.
And I'm going to sound awful.
Look, I don't know. How do you?
I don't watch women's basketball. I never have. I played it. I've played it. And I've been made to go to a few high school girls football or basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. Anyway, Um,
Okay.
I've never watched it. I like to play it. I like to play softball. But I've never,
Okay.
I watch track
I
and I
think that
watch
is
gymnastics.
I think that is a thing where men are more team oriented. Okay. Once you have played a team sport, it gives you a different, you identify with that. Okay. You identify with that sport or that team. Uh, Women don't do that. Women don't identify that. They don't structure their society that way. Do you agree? Men will. He will form a bond that's going to last forever with somebody he played football with or against 40 years ago. Okay.
No, women do. Um, it's in women's basketball. I'll tell you,
Mm-hmm.
the referees let them go, and that's
Ah.
if you want to watch a scrap fight, whatever. I mean,
Well,
women's basketball,
maybe I should start watching it more.
yeah. But I mean, they knock them out, and I've played in several basketball games myself
Mhm.
years ago. Um, that elbow got thrown, and it was like, woohoo! Yeah, I didn't see that, and just
Uh-huh.
they let the women play, and they don't do this. They don't call on a little slap of the wrist or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
um, there's just not women can't. And I know there's some that can, but women can't slam dunk. They can't. Um, Women just aren't as strong as men, and it's not. That's just a
Well,
physical thing. That's just the
they
way
should,
that you're made.
or do they? I was going to say they should play to a shorter basket, but maybe they do. Do they?
No, I don't think so. No, when I
That's
played,
some,
they didn't raise
yeah.
it up for the boys that come in.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Now,
it the basket's the same, but it's just men are physically stronger
yes.
than women, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you're made. And
Right.
I don't know why people don't like to watch women play sports as much as they do men. I don't know if it's the hype. I don't know. But anyways, totally getting off the freaking subject, Charles. Damn
What
you.
was this? What was
The
this?
subject was this
Good.
Brittany Griner.
Yes, Brittany. Yes? Now I understand everything about Brittany Grinder except why she was in the news.
Yeah. So Marco said women beach volleyball. Yeah. Okay. I'll watch that too. But anyway, I like volleyball. She was she has to play abroad to make more money. That's just
Okay.
what you do.
Yes.
So she went to Russia. She was arrested for having 7 vials of vape. I don't know if it
Okay.
was nicotine. I
Whatever.
don't know if it was CBD. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But she was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a fit. I mean, a lot of them are. It's like
Okay.
she needs to be released.
Okay.
Okay. This is my one problem.
Okay.
She hates America. This is somebody that will not stand up for the national anthem. They did
Okay.
this kneeling thing. If you
This is
hate,
free. Guess what? This is a free country. I'm all for
it
that.
is. And if you hate
I
it,
think you should.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. But if you hate this country that bad,
Uh-huh.
now your ass is in a Russian prison and you want America to get you out of it?
I think
Mm,
it is the proper American Christian thing to do to help her out because she is an American, just the same as everybody else.
take the Christian out of it. American thing.
Okay. Okay. But I'm saying
But
that,
I
okay,
think it's funny.
just because she's an asshole is no reason it doesn't take her away her rights as an American.
It doesn't. But don't break
What
the
was the
law
guy's?
in
What
another
was the guy's?
country.
What was the guy's name that walked away from a unit in Iraq and surrendered himself to the Taliban or whatever?
Oh,
Okay,
I remember what you're
do you
talking
remember
about,
him?
but I don't
He
remember
was
his
with them
name.
for like 2 years as a quote unquote prisoner
Yes.
of war. Okay, they got him back. They
Mhm.
negotiated and released other
Mhm.
prisoners to get him back,
Right.
and then they put him on trial, which was
That's what you're supposed to do.
and that's right.
But what they're complaining about, and I've seen several sides to this story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's a gay black woman.
Okay.
Um, so there's the argument against that.
Oh God. So I got no chance there. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Annie.
That's
Plus, she's like 3 times
another
taller
one.
than you are, and you couldn't climb that tree if
Oh,
you
I
wanted
know.
to.
I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting.
But anyway,
Could be interesting, but it's I'm not even going to think about. I'm not even
so
going to think
then
about that.
the next argument that I've seen, had this been the
Wait a minute.
Trump,
Who was Arthur? Remember the actor Art that did Arthur?
oh,
What was his name?
Doug,
Moore? Dudley Moore?
Dudley Moore.
No. Okay.
Hmm.
Did you ever see any pictures of him with his wife? He was like 5'3", and she was like 6 foot with 4-inch heels. Okay.
Exactly.
He could turn his head and be a happy man.
He was a happy man
Okay.
till he got in trouble. But anyway, the other side of this argument was, had this happened under the Trump's administration,
Uh-huh.
they would have all have been called racist because they weren't doing everything they could to free this black gay
Uh-huh.
woman.
Yes.
So that's what you and I have been kind of talking about,
But
is that
they
it's
got
however they want to spin it.
the Pussy Riot. They got the pussy. They took the Pussy Riot girl out of Russia.
They did.
Helped her
Look,
escape.
AJ's here. Woo, woo, bless her heart.
So, hey, it's just
My
come see,
AJ.
come saw a little balance there.
But and that's what that's what I'm talking about. It's like,
Okay,
it's however they want to
they
spin
made
it.
a story.
But
They made a story
they did.
out of something
Bullshit.
that should have been page
Very.
3 in the local paper
Mhm.
and put it on the front page nationwide.
Right. But if you follow that story, and if you follow what's going on, I
Mhm.
mean, and we've got military that they have arrested there. And
Yes.
we've done, this administration, past administrations do what they can to get their military home. Whatever, and I don't know if this woman really had this to happen to her, but she's an athlete.
Mhm.
They don't care. I mean, so what? But it's the military part of it, and they see that and they arrest one of ours, and our
Mhm.
government does what they can do to trade. And they have done
Mhm.
a trade with the military gentleman who happened to be white. So there's
Mhm.
another turn
Oh
that
yes.
they're trying to
Okay.
do with this, because the fact that they keep telling America, everybody, that we're all racist
Yeah.
drives me insane,
But see,
because
they're
we're not.
but it's so obvious that they're cherry picking the stories. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Somebody
Yes.
did something. Somebody was having a discussion about something with me the other day, and that was, no, you're not allowed. Okay, if we're having a broad discussion about something, you're not allowed to cherry pick. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I can prove black is white if I'm allowed, or I can prove the earth is flat. And I can show you a dozen papers if I'm allowed to cherry pick those only, and you're not allowed to look at anything.
Right.
I could convince you, at least as far as the debate is concerned, it's absolutely fucking flat.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay? I don't cherry pick me. It just doesn't work. But that's obviously what they're doing. They see this as an opportunity that, oh boy, we can get some clicks out of this. We can get people's attention with this. We can reach a whole
Exactly.
different audience with this. If we pump this story up into something fantastic, when the truth is it doesn't. It's still, it was a flash in the pan when it started. It'll be a flash in the pan when it's over. And the point is, nobody really cares. But in the meantime, they've created all this animosity and angst and discord for nothing.
Yep. And we just keep lapping it up. We just keep following it.
Do we? I mean, we certainly don't.
You and I read this shit and
Look,
do it accordingly. But it's just when you sit and watch.
Fox
Okay.
News.
Oh, no. I saved a meme for you.
CNN? Oh my God.
Any of them. But I did save a meme for you. And I really thought this.
Oh God.
No, I just got to find it. Oh, here it is. It says, remind me, how many AR-15s did Jesus own?
Okay.
And it said, not enough to avoid being murdered by his government. I was just like, but it's true.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. It's like, we'll send firearms to citizens in another country to keep that government from taking them over. But then the next day you're hearing about how we don't need weapons. We don't need them. We need to be disarmed. We have no reason. I'm sorry. And I live here. I live alone. Everybody knows this.
In the
I'm going to have as many guns as I want between that door and where I'm at any time. You never know.
That's right.
You never know.
And if that gives you some peace of mind, I'm all for it. As long as you're not plinking at the cars as they go by. If you start doing that, we'll have somebody talk to you.
Right.
Shooting the neighbor's livestock is not allowed. Okay, but that's it. Gosh, I have never fired a shot. I was never military. I wanted to be at one time, but they had other ideas. Okay.
Look here, Marco's like, I bought 2 acres from Maria so we can blow shit up. Dude, I'm telling you, we blow shit up out here.
We know how to. Us the hillbillies know how to do that.
Yeah, we know. Just a few little household chemicals.
Yep, really excited. Anyway, I totally lost.
I'm sorry. We start talking about explosive, and us hillbillies just lose our shit. We're like, oh yeah, let's talk about that for a while.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I know how to do those.
Exactly.
Okay, that's right. I remember where I was now.
Okay.
I have never fired a shot at a person.
Me neither.
And I'd like to keep it that way. Okay. But I still want to keep the ability to do that. because I can imagine with my vivid imagination situations where that would actually be the right thing to do. Oh my goodness, I live a half a block away from a fucking high school. They're not going to stand in front of that high school and tell people you can't go in and stop this in this town. I guarantee it.
And I get tickled too. You know, and I've heard lawyers refer to my county as a state of its
Okay.
own when it
Yeah,
comes
this
to
is,
law.
mhm,
And I'm okay with that. We're
that's
peaceful.
right. Got a good
We
sheriff.
don't we don't have we just don't have those problems. And I think a lot of it too, they didn't want to bring industry in here simply because that brings a lot of trouble as well. 75% of the people.
Many parts of Kentucky have generations of
Mm,
experience
mhm,
to what happens when an uncontrolled industry takes over.
exactly. And you've got a lot of farmers here.
Hmm.
And what I was going to say, 75% of the people that live in the county that I'm in
Huh?
work in a different county,
Yeah.
which is okay. We've got a national park in quite a bit of our county,
Hmm.
and they get no income off of that
Right.
at all. So, and we're okay with it. I mean, we don't have privacy fences put up. We've got a lot in here lately. It's been booming enough that a lot of the people that are out of county are
Hmm.
wanting to move up in this area, and there's a
Hmm.
lot of housing that's going up right now.
Yeah.
Um, Taxes aren't as bad
Hmm.
as they are in other counties, and it doesn't take. I mean, if I want to get to Bowling Green,
Hmm.
it takes me 25 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
So I live out here in surrounded by woods and deer and skunks and possums and
Raccoons.
whatever, raccoons. Yeah, I'll just stay right here. It's peaceful. And
Yes.
the neighbors, seriously, as bad as there's more people that know my business around here than I care to know. And I'll see them out and they'll say something to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who you are. But he
God.
knows where I live. He knows what time I get home. He knows if there's a problem,
Hmm.
which is creepy, but it's almost
Not really.
security in a way because
Yes.
nobody bothers me here. I
Hmm.
mean, but they know if something's wrong,
Yep.
and I'll get a phone
No.
call.
My sister and I did a paper route for a couple of
Hmm.
years. Okay. And this one little old lady wasn't taking her papers and her grass was unmowed. We called the
Hmm.
cops to do a welfare check on her, like the second
Hmm.
day, because
Right,
that wasn't her pattern. Okay,
right.
because you don't know. I mean, you're out like that, and this was definitely rural.
Hmm.
You and the, the police, one of the patrolmen in the area said, "Well, you know this area better than I do." He
Right.
says, "Yeah, I run this route at the
Hmm.
same time every night, 6 nights a week." You
Right.
know,
Yes.
and yes, I believe me, out around here,
Hmm.
you have your eyes on it, you're totally on a swivel because you don't want to run into another deer. you
Yes.
know, I mean,
Yes.
you are looking for everything,
Hmm.
and you notice what
Hmm.
people you notice when somebody's car isn't parked in the usual place. I mean,
Right.
it's part of your by repetition,
Hmm.
repetition. It's your neighborhood then. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
and as long as that's just the way we're built, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you do, you pay attention. And
Sure.
if you didn't, sometimes I think you'd be a bad human if you didn't pay attention to what your neighbors' habits were, and if
Hmm.
it changed and you
Sure.
didn't do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's just me.
Yes, I think that's pretty well. We are definitely a social species. So yeah, it's part of what we are, and it's not a bad part.
Right. No,
Uh,
it's not a bad
which
part. I don't think
which
so.
which there is a group which I have ranted about before. Thinks and I find them all over the place. Okay, this hardcore hard shell group that she was visiting her daughter out of town. forgot
I'm going to
forgot to
disappear
leave
for
us a note. Okay,
I'm going to disappear for just a second. I'll be right
okay,
back.
okay. Ding ding. Anyway, to finish my other story, I think if I can remember, um, there's a group of people who exist that absolutely believe that the human race is a failed experiment of some sort. Okay, and it's all going to go. It it's inevitable that it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket, and they feel that it's their duty to make sure it does. You know, and those people frighten me terribly because they've given up on themselves. They look at the world through a window, and they everywhere they look they see evil. And the reason that that happens is they're seeing a reflection in the glass. Every time I run into it, I that's what I see. And I don't know. Fortunately, that is a small part of the the world. Most of us want things to be better for our children and our grandchildren and our great grandchildren, uh, and it's important. It's an important thing that we should try to leave the world a little bit better than it was when we started. In spite of everything else, and I think that that's also an important part of what we are. And the fact that we can work together. It's our natural inclination to help each other. Um, I don't know. So there, that's my meme for the day.
Yeah, there you go. I keep a lot of memes. I really do. But
AJ, you are such an inspiration to me.
mhm.
Your show, do not miss your show ever. Well, not yet. Anyway, and
we I
I
need to
think
get AJ out here so she can blow shit up.
that would. What about that? What about that eclipse thing? How far is that from your house?
It's in Missouri, so hours, let's see,
Oh,
3, 4 hours away.
okay. Darn. It's only about 30 minutes away. Actually, I will have a very. I'm right on the edge of totality, I think. Here,
I think we're
I,
going to
I,
be
I
75 or 80% here.
okay, gotcha. I when that the previous eclipse um, was here, and I did some experiments and built a eclipse box. This, oh my God, it makes me feel old now. That was for my great niece and great nephew, who are now 18 and 17. When they were like 10. Oh, how do you do that? So yeah,
Yeah. blowing stuff up. Yeah.
So, but
Oofy, they'd
I
watch that. Okay,
mhm,
so my last, because when here it was Totality,
mhm.
the last one that we had. And what was that, 2017? I think.
No, it had to be 13.
No, it wasn't that long
Okay,
ago.
okay, maybe I may be wrong too.
Anyway,
It was okay.
but KGRA, Warren, Race,
Mhm. Okay.
Robin, Chase, that slew of characters came down and camped out. And we did the experiments. We all kind of split up. Now, I think Race and Robin and Chase and all of them took the lounge chair part of it and was watching all of it. I mean,
Mhm.
um, but it was at a very haunted location. That's the reason why they did it. And they had set equipment and stuff up to see what was going on. And I had several EVP. I had my recorder out. I was taking pictures with a camera.
Mhm.
It has UV,
Okay.
all that stuff. I got some great EVPs at that time. And one of the
Really?
wild things that happened, um, we were out there. It was my husband and I, because he was still alive at that time. And there was a couple that pulled up at the back part of the property we were on, and they had 2 children with them. And we were all like had blankets out and things like that. And the um, there was half of a tree that fell, half of a huge tree that fell between my husband and the kids that were sitting on a blanket
Oh my God.
right before Totality. And you talk about flipping out. And so um, I can remember running. I had my recorder running, and questions were being asked and things like that. And I was like, "Were you trying to kill Jimmy? Were you really trying to?" And and it sounded like a Southern black gentleman, and he said, "No, ma'am."
Oh my goodness.
So, um, and of course, you can get EVPs and things like that at any
Okay.
time, whether it's during an
That
eclipse.
eclipse was August 21st, 2017.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
You're right.
So, oh, wait a minute. I just saw a
Uh-oh.
deer. Sorry, I
Somebody's.
just saw a deer that just scampered through the edge of the
Uh-huh.
property. But anyway, um, so
Trespass. Dang on trespassers.
I know it. I should have shot it. That'd be
That.
meat
Oh my
for a
God.
month.
Oh my God. That is the southernism. That is the southernism I haven't heard it used in a while. The things you see when you don't have a gun.
That's
Oh my God.
exactly right. This is so
That
true.
was that was a friendly greeting.
Okay. All right. So here you go.
Uh,
Here you go. This show is an updated version of Burns and
I am flattered beyond all reason.
They say in 1901, Nikolai Tesla claimed that he was receiving radio communications from Mars
Yes.
and he was getting EVPs.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you all can get EVPs anywhere at any
Mhm.
time. You just sometimes you just have to know what you're listening for when you're listening to a recording. Um, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
Mhm.
And any
See,
recording you listen to after that, it sets you off.
I
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
that whole side of that and of the investigation, spiritual investigations, it does It gets my attention, but I just don't feel for it, you know. And it's not that I'm dismissing it. It's I say, okay, I ain't got time for that. You know, if they want to talk to me, they're going to have they want to get my attention. They're going to have to do it the way they've always got my attention, by like hitting me between the eyes with a 2x4. Okay, so there.
You know, and sometimes they will.
Yes, yes.
And a lot of times you try to explain it away, but then you listen to that recording
Hmm.
and you're like, "Ooh," especially when they know
Hmm.
your name.
Yes.
They will talk to you personally. And
Hmm.
that's the intelligent part of it. There's a lot
Yes.
of
Yeah.
residual that you have to
Hmm.
kind of go through on some stuff, and you've got to find somebody that goes with you that doesn't flip out. It's like, oh, did you hear that? Oh, did you hear that?
Hmm.
There were times I went on investigations. I'm like, dude,
Shut.
calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Floors pop. Mice run across. Just chill. And you
Hmm.
sometimes you have to rein people in on this
Hmm.
stuff. But
Hmm. Oh yeah,
there's
I'm absolutely sure it would be. You need a discipline there to, because once people start, especially on a feedback, you know, one does something, the next does something, the next does something, the next does something, and it starts that. It's like yawning. Okay, if I yawn, everybody gets sleepy. Okay, and then the first thing you know, oh,
everybody's
somebody else
yawning.
yawned. You know,
Here
that
you go.
is, EVPs are based. Would everyone be disappointed to know that EVPs are based on the human mind's ability to filter match signals from noise? Uh, would not surprise me a bit that were the case. But the, the key is, if it is a site, if it is mere, quote unquote, merely a psychological manifestation of something, what is it a manifestation of? Okay. If it's created in the head, but if it's created in your head, in your imagination, when you pattern match and see this, it can still have meaning. It has meaning when you tell the story. It has meaning when someone else says, "Oh, that's just bullshit." It's still all a part of the greater story. So it's not absolutely one thing or absolutely another. It can be all these things, because we aren't that straight up linear people. We have like we're like onions. we have layers and layers and layers of meaning.
Lots of layers.
Yeah.
But I just, and that's the one thing. Okay, I enjoy skeptic. We all have to have them.
Hmm.
We all have to have them.
Sure,
And there's been a lot.
they are the ones that rein us in, like your
Yes.
people on the ghost hunt. You
Yes.
have to rein
Yes.
it in a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of
Hmm.
have to do that because if you
Okay,
don't, everybody's mind just goes
but there
wherever.
okay, but there is difference between. I like to change the spelling. There's a SCEPTIC, which is what we're calling a normal person that has doubts, and there's the SKEPTIC that is cherry picking from the bad sides of the evidence all the time to dismiss an actual situation. So you see how it all loops
Kind of
back
like our
to
media.
itself. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's something that they want to promote,
Hmm.
and no detail is too small or inconsequential. If it's
Right.
something that they don't want to promote, or then it just doesn't make the papers, okay, as it were.
Right.
You
But
know.
the evidence that a lot of people get. And what is it? Entity voices. They show a lot of
Okay.
stuff. I
Mhm.
didn't like putting out any of my evidence simply because people
Mhm.
are going to pick it apart. And I'm not gonna defend it. I don't care. I don't
Yes.
care if you don't believe. I'm not going to convince you.
Yes.
But um there's a lot of stuff. I mean, like I said, when you get something where one of them calls your name
Mhm.
and you did not hear that real time, but you hear it on a recorder,
Okay.
that kind of gets your attention because what timeline? Where are they? How
Yes.
do they know who you are? But
Mhm.
you can't see them, you can't hear them unless you have a recorder.
Okay. I'm going to be the skeptic with a small c. Okay.
Okay.
Who's to say you don't have some facility? Okay. That actually imprinted that on the tape or the digital device yourself. Okay. There's nothing to disprove that possibility. There have been extreme um, instances of that. There was a guy back of ways back that could imprint photographs on an unexposed film and develop it, and it would be a picture just by some capability that he had that nobody else had. So maybe just all unexposed film has flaws in it that if you expose it just right, it's going to show something. But this guy could do it consistently, like one frame out of a 32 roll of film. Don't know. Can't explain it.
Yeah. And this is Oofies. Hearing your name called is very common. Now, I can
Is
remember,
that that's like paroidia?
I
Where
don't
you
know.
see faces in trees and all kinds of things.
Oh, that's
It probably is
pareidolia,
pareidolia. Pareidolia.
whenever you see that. But I can remember being, when I was little,
Mm-hmm.
I can remember being at home by myself or whatever, and I can remember hearing just my name being called
Mm-hmm.
and turn around and go, "What?"
Maybe
And
it was
dad
maybe it
would
was
look at me
maybe
and
it
he's
was like
like,
a delayed echo. Okay.
"Yeah." And dad would look
Yeah.
at me and he's like, "What?" And did you
Ooh.
not holler for me? Or mom wasn't in the house.
Ooh.
I mean, there was nobody else there, but I can remember loud enough in my ears
Mm-hmm.
that I thought somebody in the house, and it was a male voice,
Mm-hmm.
but I lived there all my life. That house was already, oh my gosh, how old was that before we moved in there? I mean, it was already several decades old,
Yeah.
gone through a lot of changes. Used to be apartments, then it was put into a house,
Mm-hmm.
made into one house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I can also remember being at bed at night, and you know how the older houses, when you would open a door, the curtains and the rest of the house would
Oh yeah.
move.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember being in bed at night and see all of my curtains like somebody had opened up the back door. Mom and dad were in bed
Mm-hmm.
and I was upstairs. So nobody came in or out. I'd never heard the door open,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just things that happened. So to me, that's residual energy. I did see it happen, but to me, it's like that's on a repeat timeline because that did
Mm-hmm.
happen quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but hearing your name being called, that's intelligent.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing ever. Well, no, I'll back up. So when I was younger, that's when the shadow guy
Mhm.
would come to my bedroom door at night. And he would just, and I could see him, and he would pace back and forth.
Mhm.
And when I'd see him pace back, I don't know if his presence woke me up or if I just woke up and saw him. But I just know that I would get up always on a hot summer night. We didn't
Mhm.
have air conditioning. So I would get up and I would go to mom and dad's bedroom and I would lay up underneath their window. And I wouldn't see him again. So, but and I never thought that was weird. I never thought that was odd until I got to doing
Mhm.
investigations.
Okay.
And then that's when I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I've experienced this before.
Mhm.
I've seen this before. I know this happens. So um, then you get your EVPs and then you start connecting. It's just you don't realize that you have lived in the paranormal until you've experienced the paranormal in your older years. Because I'm old as hell.
Oh,
White Kitty
okay.
said, yeah.
Yeah.
But then and then there's experiences that you learn too. So, like, I didn't realize when my ears rang and it
Mhm.
would just be one or the other, that's something talking to me. And the only time I
Oh,
learned that
I,
was because I had my recorder on at the same
mhm.
time and I made a note. I was like, man, my ear's ringing. And I caught
Oh
this
my.
long EVP and I was like, holy crap.
Okay.
Still to this day in real life, I can't hear them, but I know they're
Mhm.
talking. And
Okay.
it bothers me that I can't hear them because they're talking to me. So when my ears start ringing, I just kind of go, I'm so sorry. I know you're talking, but I cannot understand what you're saying. And it's not enough for me to go get my recorder and start recording because I'm like, I don't really want to know what you're saying. But anyway,
Dude,
I
send
kind of
send me
do, but
send
I'm here at home.
get
I don't want to hear
get
what you're saying.
get with it. Send me an email.
Yes, exactly. I know you know how to manipulate technology because you've done
Electrons.
that to me
You can move
before.
electrons. Just shoot me an email. Oh yeah, that's great. So let me see. We're going on what, an
Kevin
hour
is
and
not going to
45
have a show
minutes.
tonight, Ron. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's not going to be a Kevin show. Sorry. Can't see FB show, Ron. That's like you don't need to be looking at it. So I used to imagine there was a UFO flying by somewhere. No, no, no. I'd rather deal with a demon than I would deal with UFOs and aliens. Sorry. Just don't want to do it.
I'm precisely the opposite, although I've never seen a
I
UFO.
don't. I've seen
I would
UFOs.
I would so liked. Well, I've seen some things, but nothing that was. I didn't see anything that was unexplainable. Okay, it could have been something weird, but it wasn't unexplainable.
Yeah. AJ, there
Yes,
is a Kevin show, but
ordinarily.
it's called Tuesday Night Bites, and he kind of does that whenever he can here on Earth. He had one last week. Excuse you, Sadie. Sorry.
And then he has his
Carrie
oh gosh,
Lewis was on
his
with
Thursdays.
us.
What's the title for his Thursday night show? Shooting
He
from the
didn't have
hip,
Thursday night.
or
Oh God, he did that.
Sundays?
Sunday
He has
night is Round of
Sunday.
Shots,
Okay, round of
and
shots.
that is UK. University of Kentucky sports
Yeah.
that he
Okay.
has on. He used to do a shooting from the lip, and that was where he would
Hmm.
have the local artist, music,
Okay.
bands, whatever. And I can't remember
Ah.
what bar it was that he would go to that they had a bunch of live music, but that's
Mhm.
where he went to. Of course, COVID shut that down.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't know. I'm kind of thinking hopefully maybe one day he'll get that one going back because
Mhm.
he's had a couple of local artists on the Tuesday Night Bites here on Earth, and they've been pretty interesting. I love to hear those stories, how they got started, what
Yeah.
pushes them. They have a
Mhm.
lot of they have a huge support system.
Yeah.
A lot of these artists can't go that alone, but it's
Mhm.
it's pretty wonderful. But yeah, usually by the end of the show, Russ is on and they're talking bourbon and politics. So that's the best part. But
No,
yeah,
too bad. Too bad I gave that up. Not the politics part, just the bourbon.
yeah, we kind of like the bourbon part
This
of it, but
this this show, instead of winding down at the end and the ending calmly and smoothly,
we just keep going.
we just keep going.
We really do. But
uh,
yeah, I've been, it's I stayed so sheltered for the last 4 years,
mhm.
and
And now we brought you out of your shell.
I don't think it was really you.
Oh
Let's
well,
see.
okay.
I think at KGRA Discord kind of started that when I
Yeah.
could start talking shit with everybody in there, and then and let's see,
Hmm.
AJ had, and I still have that
AJ,
bumper music,
it's
sister.
AJ's fault. She did it.
AJ's fault. AJ did this to y'all. Sorry. But yeah, AJ's bumper music was the funniest part that everybody, because I mean I love it. I still have a clip of it. I have the whole thing. And we'll never ever ever share that. I hoard that to myself. So, but anyway, um, but then we had Dawn's show on Fridays, and we had a lot going on, and we've had a lot of changes, and we've all kind of still stuck together. We've all stayed together.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because we still have Andy with us. Andy keeps.
Yeah, we got to get X Lady over here more. She's been
Does she
she
know
hasn't
that
been
we
on
even
this.
do this?
I sent her an email last week under the new Survivors Circle Gmail account that I set up,
Oh,
but
that's
I
right.
haven't
I forgot
followed. I
about that.
haven't followed that up. I wanted to figure out how to do it like a group email, so I could hit one button and do it.
Super glue.
And yeah, one of these days. Oh, one of these days I'll get back to it. But
Birds of a
it's
feather. Here you go. I love you too, AJ, because you're just freaking awesome. I mean, and seriously, I when you see AJ's show, that's to me, that's KGRA. I
yeah,
know we've got other
yeah.
shows and we got other stuff. We've lost Don, we've lost Rich. We don't see Mark anymore. Center.
Hmm.
Um, and I
Yeah.
mean, it's just AJ's still ours. Got her
we must
little.
we must we must protect her.
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
So, oh yeah, here we go. Andy is definitely a different king of reality.
yes, he is. He is. He brings us back to the dirt of the earth.
Flappy birds. Yes, yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah, we did what? We've almost done 2 hours of this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all have dealt
Getting
with my
close.
animals, my dog panting like crazy, my cat. all up in there?
I don't think I've had a train go by.
You
Maybe
haven't.
maybe
You're gonna
something's
be
wrong.
Yeah,
It's
you're
been
gonna be
2 whole
loaded up
hours.
tonight.
Oh God.
Oh,
Mm,
we do. I mean, we miss all those other shows. I mean, we miss
mm,
race being on, all of that
mhm.
stuff, and I mean,
Every now
it's
and then,
rough.
every
Changes
now and then we hear
suck.
something from Chase, and she was one of the favorites when
You
she had
know,
something I can't remember.
white pages,
White pages, yeah,
white
white
papers.
paper, yeah, and Richard Dolan. I guess he's beyond this kind of platform now.
You know, well, and then you're looking at Linda Moulton Howe.
Oh
You
yes,
know, I mean,
absolutely.
that's gone. It's just, and it's good to see that people move on. They get
Yeah,
bigger and they
yeah,
get better. I love to see success. I love to see
that's
people
right.
succeed.
Yep.
You just miss them, and you want them back to where they were, because that's where all of us were. I mean, that's where
Yes,
we all are.
yes,
That's where we all
yes.
talk shit. We're listening
Well,
to the show, but
we
we're
learned,
talking shit in
see,
chat.
we learned we learned what we're practicing here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dozens
And
of people with different ideas and different perspectives on stuff, sharing,
hmm
okay, and
right.
saying, calling each other names, and enjoy, and coming back next week and do it all again.
Oh
There's
yeah.
no
Look how
hard
many times
feelings about
American or AR Eric told
it.
me to go fuck myself in chat. I mean,
Yes,
but
yes.
yes, Andy, I do agree with you last night seeing Dawn. Dawn
Oh,
looked
that was a
great.
nostalgic thing. Yes,
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh, yeah. That show could have
Mhm,
gone on for 3 to 4 hours, and I
mhm.
would have sat right here through the whole thing.
Yep.
Oh yes. Yes, 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 Andy.
That's,
That's a whole
I'm
different story from last week.
gonna get you a sticker, a big black sticker.
There's glory hole on it? What? What are you talking about? That was just the last
wherever,
comment I put up.
where,
You're going to get me a
wherever.
glory hole sticker?
Uh,
What?
oh my God. A bistro at the end of the universe. Yes. That's yeah. The what was the guy's name? Oh, heck. Downtime Saloon or Uptime Saloon. It was a place that was just outside our reality. You couldn't go there every day, but sometimes you walked through the doors and you were in the right place. That's what we tried to do. You know, and it doesn't matter. It's just fun.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's all
always work, but we're
that's
here.
the and that's you've said before to me and others here. What's it all for? It's for this is good enough. You know, this kind. The comradeship, the building of a community. Whether we like it or not, we build it. We built a. We've been a part of a community, having a community built, and you know that's uh, that's important. That's important to all of us. It's certainly helped get me through this last 2 years, 2.5 years now. You know, I can't imagine how I would have done that without all of you. Even you, Andy.
Yeah, even you, Andy. Yeah, I mean, that's,
Oh,
you come back home. Because I had KGRA when it first started, and life took over, and couldn't be into chat and couldn't listen to so much. But it's like, things happen and you
mhm.
come back home. And Charles, you have to deal with me.
Oh
It's
my
hard.
God. I didn't know I was cut out for this.
Yeah, you didn't know what the hell you was getting into.
Yeah, piece of cake. Piece of cake. You've calmed me. You've calmed me down. You keep me focused.
Just a
I don't
little
go on
bit.
hour and a half rants over nothing.
No,
Just
we just talk about nothing for 2 hours.
for 2 hours. Yeah, that's better than an hour and a half monologue about nothing.
That's true. And you know what else I've noticed?
But,
Justin's not been in chat tonight, so I hope
oh
he's
my
doing
God,
okay. He's not
I
been
hope
in
so.
there
I
at all
certainly hope
tonight.
so. I think I saw him earlier today, much earlier today. Signed in when we were traveling along with Ron. So
I didn't know. Did he have a treatment today? Do you know?
don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, everybody send your love to Justin. He's that COVID shit really has gotten him.
Knocked him
Yeah,
for a bit of a loop under the
it really
circumstances.
has.
That's entirely understandable. But I'm so happy to realize that now that's not that big.
No, you did.
It's
You
not that
did
big a thing
not
anymore.
mute, and you just bounced. And y'all call me a redneck.
Oh my God. Where are we? Where was I?
I don't know. Did I embarrass you? Did you turn a couple of shades of red? No.
Not me.
Your mail. It did
Never.
not.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just gonna get you a window sticker that you can put up there,
This is Gloria.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, shit. Andy will have that in the mail to me next week. Guarantee.
Probably.
Probably.
But it's not as good as a rattle, but it's
No, it's not. Okay, so
shows
AJ, you missed that.
Shows how much we appreciate you.
Papa Tom made this for Charlotte. Handmade. Is that not awesome? I love it. So, but anyway, yeah, guest host corn fart. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'm glad everybody. AJ, thank you for showing up. Yuffie,
Really.
Kings, Lorraine, Andy, Marco, Bobby, Ron. Hey, Charles. Thanks for showing up tonight.
That's it. Dragged you in here, kicking and screaming tonight. Please let me go. that may not been meant for me. I've got to go. Gotta go. I've got to go now. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, an hour and a half. Oh wait, 2 hours. 2 hours of fun and games and laughter, and
the sun's still out.
it's coming up on summertime.
June 21st.
Are
June 22nd is when I start getting
out
sad.
yet?
Oh yeah, they've been out for a couple months.
Oh my,
here.
Not here.
Oh, here they have.
Oh my.
June 22nd is when I start getting sad because the sun starts going down a minute early. Oh my God, it kills me. Kills my soul.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Somewhere. Yeah. That I love the seasons, but if they stayed one season all the time, I wouldn't mind that either.
I'd get bored with it. I really love snow.
Probably, yeah.
My thing is when it gets cold, I want it to have snow on the ground the whole time.
But don't ask me this question. Don't ask me to pick in, say, February. when I'm suffering from seasonal affective disorder, say I haven't seen the sun for 6 months.
Yeah, it just kind of happens.
Yep.
February is like that's the the shortest, longest month of my life. It's like hurry up and get over because I know spring's coming. I know
Hmm.
March is still going to be cold. April's going to be cold,
And
but
wet.
once you get past February, that's
Yep.
when happiness starts more.
Uh-huh. Says works that way for me too.
Hmm.
So I want to thank you all for being here. This has been another wonderful night, and I way better than average. So that's I think that's a good thing.
We're not going to
Hey.
delete this one.
Okay.
Oops.
No, not no way, no way. Won't allow that. Thank you all for being here, and Maria, thank you for keeping me kind of on track. And
Kind
we
of.
will see you all again
And see
next
you,
week.
AJ,
Same
tomorrow.
time, same place.
Forget.
Bye bye.